Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Third Age Reforged. My name's Money Eskimo 6. Thank you for joining. Today, well, we got a 4v4 on. I don't know what map this is, but just maybe you guys know, but it's definitely a custom map and it looks really good. I mean, a lot of little water stuffs, and just bridges and just makes the, I guess, fighting unique. Just look at this. This is a little hamlet, just cute little guys. If this was like Three Kingdoms or something, you'd have little people farming out here and just walking around. But it's a little settlement that they have, and it's just cute and adorable. And we're gonna get onto the army compositions. While I gush around about maps. Anyway, over here we have Umbar, led by Hasbrama. He has some Alcrondos Faithful, which is a very, very powerful cavalry unit, as most of you know. We also have some Alcrondos Legion, very good front line, and just, very good Umbar unit. We have Hairbringers of Castamere. Just look at those swords! Look at them swords! So beautiful. Over here we have two more units of Alcrondos Legion. And on his wing we have some Warlords of Umbar. Very powerful cav. Just absolutely, they're so good. Over here we have Belger Pikemen, and they look really nice. There's several units of them. I believe 4 units of them. Then we have Aduname Shield Guard over here. So a very highly trained spear unit. Elsbel Balakith shield bearers, and oh my goodness, these are also some very good high quality units over here as well. We'll head on over to his ally, which is the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm, led by Sidious 307. He has some Warriors of Khazad-dûm, as well as Hammers of Gundabad, some 2nd Legion Axe Guard, some Orc Hunters of Khazad-dûm, a lot of Warriors of Khazad-dûm, more Warriors, 3rd Legion Infantry, very, very good unit right there. They will not die easy. 2nd Legion Axe Guard in there, as well as some more Warriors of Khazad-dûm, as well as some bros on horses, mercenary crossbowmen. Probably the one big thing that the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm lack is cavalry, and this is what they brought, as well as some more Warriors of Khazad-dûm on that flank, and more Hammers of Gundabad, 3rd Legion Infantry, and over here we have the Mithril Guard, which I believe has their general in it. I may be wrong. More 3rd Legion Infantry over here, and more Warriors and 2nd Legion Axe Guard. That about does it for Sidious's army. We'll head over here to his ally, which is Rohan, which is Lucky Hussar. He has some Riddermark archers, so not the best archers by far, but they'll help draw some fire, and they'll help shoot back, which is always really nice. He has another unit all the way over there, as you can see over there. He has the Riddermark Skirmishers, again our Jav Cav, 2 units of them. We also have some Shield Maidens of Rohan. They're so great! They're so great! Axe throwing lovely ladies. We have Eastmark Spearmen. They're Jav boys. They're Javs this time. Westmark Spearmen, very good at holding the front line. Eastmark Spearmen, more Jav. More Westmark Spearmen, more holding the line. More Jav boys, and more Axe girls. Aren't they wonderful? And now we go into the most interesting part of the Rohirrim roster, which is the back line of the Westmark Marshals, and Riddermark Axemen, and Westmark Marshals again. Now we're getting into the real meat and potatoes of Rohan, which is the Sons of Earl with Theoden as the general. And we have Red Shields of Erkebrand, good melee archer hybrid unit, and Eastmark Horse Archers, about 2 units of them. Good missile cavalry over there. And again, there's the Riddermark Archers. Now for the 4th and final member of this team. So many people. We have Heavy Goblin Crossbow. We have the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, led by Pretzels. That's a great name. Pretzels. He has Heavy Goblin Crossbows, White Uruk Fearmongers, good halberd, really good unit. We have Mountain Uru Coast, and they definitely got their look from The Hobbit, and they look so good. Then over here we have Heavy Goblin Spears. Many use, I mean, just spears upon spears. We have the Black Uruks of the Mountains as well. Very good Swordmaster unit that the goblins can bring. Over here we have 2 units of Warg Riders and a unit of Bolg's Champions with Azog right there. And then over here we have more Heavy Goblin Crossbowmen. Alright, that does it for Team 1. We're going on to Team 2. It's about time. Team 2, on this side at least, has Cardolin, led by the Vengeful One. We have Minotaur Roman Gatekeepers, and my goodness are they wonderful. Good crossbow halberd mix. Over here we have Minhirach Men-at-Arms, good front linemen, sword and shield. We have Royal Court of House Rondor, which the Vengeful One has chosen to have his general in. Over here, Dunedain Captains, who have an armor upgrade, as we can tell by the pauldrons. And just, ooh, so good. Cardolin really needs their morale buff that they can give. Some Minhirach Spearmen, who are in Shield Wall, sorry. We have Minhirach Sharpshooters. I'm just gonna get rid of, not even say the Mihirach or whatever it's called, because I'm not good at that. Good crossbows, very good crossbows. Actually somewhat decent in melee, but crossbows are better. More spearmen as well in Shield Wall, Greenway Garrison Spearmen over here. Over here we have Tharbad Warhammers and more spearmen who are also in Shield Wall. Now I'm not seeing any pikes. They might be hidden. I'm pretty sure they're hidden, but because Cardolin depends a lot on pikes. Over here we have the Ballista from Cardolin, and now onto his ally, which is Dol Amroth, led by Mango Masher. He had some halberds at Hellon Halberdiers, very good. We also have the Arotherum of Dol Amroth. Just, oh, they look so good. Good lance cav. Over here we have the Haven Knights. Haven Knights. Just watch me gush over all these cav units. I love cav. That's where Mango Masher has his general. We have peasants. Civilians are fighting here. Interesting to have them here. Black Swan Renegades. Very good armor-piercing, I believe, unit that they have. And they're also really good at the front line, holding it. He has a skirmishing force of 2 Dor and Ernal archers, as well as a Tirith Air marksman unit. His front line consists of Dornell pikemen and Edhelon men-at-arms, so a very good and rather standard Dol Amroth front line, which is, it's good. I use it all the time. Over here we have the Peridil Champions. Peridil, and they look good too. They're another Swordmaster unit that Dol Amroth can bring, and just looks so good. More Halberdiers on this flank, as well as some Peridil Horse Guard. Oh, they look so good. I've got to get away before I say anything else. Alright, on to the third member of this team, which is Captain Gervais. He is leading the Dwarves of Erebor. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We have Ironfoot Spears, Ironfoot Halberds, Ironfoot Crossbows, Ironfoot Pikes. Yeah, there's so much. Blacklock Engineers. Ooh, would you look at that? What a surprise. Ironfoot Warriors, more Blacklock Engineers, more Ironfoot Pikes, Ironfoot Warriors, a lot of Ironfoots, of course. Ironfoot Pikes, Ironfoot Warriors, Ironfoot, as well as some Goats, Ironfoot Hammer Guard, Erebor Legionaries, definitely very good. Dragon Slayers, Verid Mythmen are on the field today, and as well as their Ironfoot Axe Throwers and the Axe Guard of Erebor, as well as some more Erebor Legionaries. Alright, yeah, that's a fairly standard Dwarves of Erebor builds for Captain Gervais. And now we go on to the final army, which is Rune, led by BMK Overlord of the Dark Cloud. He has some Loke Scion Rim in spread out formation. We also have some Loke Flag Rim, some Eastron Clansmen unupgraded. We have some Loke Gamp Rim, very good Halberd unit. We have Dragon's Wrath Crossbowmen, very, very nice. And I still think they should be called Dragon's Breath, and then the cannon should be called Dragon's Wrath. There we go. Over here we have more Eastron Crossbowmen and more Eastron Clansmen, and from the front line, you look at Gamp Rim, look at Flag Rib, Gamfrim, Clansmen. Over here we have the Dragon's Wrath Warlords, very good cavalry unit, as well as more Locust Scion Rim. And finally, in the back, we have the Camul's Chosen with his general. Alright, that is enough. I am done giving introductions for today. Let's go kill each other. Alright, and basically, as we can see, I do believe that the goblins are not pushing forward. Okay, just looked like that. A lot of shuffling around. Dwarves of Khazad-dûm have sent forward their mercenary crossbowmen. Very good target crossbowmen against the heavily armored dwarves. Now the problem is Gervais is getting his crossbowmen. They're getting lined up. So while they're getting peppered by these mercenary crossbowmen, these Ironfoot crossbows are going to get reload and fire. Over here with Rohan, it looks like Rohan is charging forward, keeping the Eastmark Horse Archers right behind the skirmishing line of the Riddermark Archers. And it looks like they're exchanging blows with Cardalin. A little bit of Cardalin over here. And a little bit of Dol Amroth. So taking 2 on at once. That is a very risky move. Let's see if it pays off. Over here it looks like the dwarves are rushing. I do believe... Yeah, Umbar actually. Ooh. Umbar is going in for the kill. Ruin is going to hold the line for as long as we can tell. Actually, holy cow. They just died. The Warlords of Umbar have been slaughtered and driven off as they are down to 18. They're trying to get around, and now here it is, the Great Clash. Not really. The Loka Gamprim were not in formation as they would have liked going against the Shield Guard, sorry. And now the pikemen. Ooh, the Naru Sentinels. Ooh, did not see them earlier, but there looks to be one unit of them, and they are a very elite unit, one of the very few with actual shields. And they're just getting in there. There they are. Oh, very good. More shield guard going against the Loke Flag Rim. Oh my goodness, it's all one giant battle line here, and this is absolutely great. Actually, the Camul's Chosen have been committed to holding the front line now. That is interesting. That signifies that Umbar is stretching Rune very, very thin. Elecronda's Legion holding the line, trying to push their way through the Loka Flag Rim. Loka Gamprim are actually wrapping around, and now from the rear, the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm are charging into the back, which could be costly. Actually, what are they doing? I don't know. Over here, it looks like the Warlords of Umbar are being pursued by or have engaged the Hammer Guard as well as the Loka Scion Rim. And now we have the Mithril Guard over here who are now engaging. They will definitely win against the Loka Scion Rim, but the Loka Scion Rim looks like they have them pinned down. Over here, it looks like a dwarf on dwarf clash. Doesn't look like Khazad-dûm is as committed as Erebor, as it seems. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Khazad-dûm is not as committed in this center as... Yep, and they are routing. All 87 warriors of Khazad-dûm are routing because they were going against the entirety of the Erebor alone. And now as we see a little bit reforming, hammers of good and bad, swinging when they can. Actually, yeah, let's just slow this down just a little bit because there's just so much going on. Over here we have more skirmishing and the front line. Holy cow. There's just so much front line. So much front lines. Men fighting men. Horses everywhere. Goblins everywhere. Holy cow. Look at that. Gwathlo Trackers, very good unit. Bolg's Champions look like they're going to go and charge into the crossbows, silence them for a little bit. Ooh, Thieves of Tharbad are revealing themselves. There's just so much going on. That is probably why we haven't seen any of the pikes, because of how many hidden units there were. Now the archers are firing. Civilians getting shot at, being a good pincushion for arrows. More horsemen are running around trying to get around the front lines, and holy cow, this is just so much. Haven Knights charging in, going boldly where no Haven Knight has gone before. But they do have to be careful around these Riddermark skirmishers, as they can take out these Haven Knights fairly easily with their javelins. As well as the Bolg's champ, the Warg Riders are there, and they should help do some good work on those Haven Knights, who are down to only 10. My goodness gracious. Now we should continue our search on the front line. Oh, look at that, Riddermark archers up there. Isn't that nice? We had some engagements over here, Bolg's champions. Looks like Mountain Orc Berserkers, did not see them there as well. They must have been hiding. So definitely Orcs in the Misty Mountains. Pretzels is trying to use his numerical advantage to his, of course, advantage. Dunedain Rangers over here trying to get out. Going to try to use their body piercing to the best of their abilities, which going against Orcs in the Misty Mountains, this is actually a prime target for those Rangers. Let's see if those Rangers will be able to pull out their bows. No, looks like some of them are reloading, but not enough. Maybe these sharpshooters are in the way. It is entirely possible. More of the Mount Nur coasts are fighting, but these spearmen are facing the wrong way. They're not going to fight as efficiently, but we'll see. Goblin spears are on the move. Over here we have the Royal Court of House Thorondor going to eventually do a good rear charge. We'll see how this is going to go on before we head over somewhere else. Let's actually slow that down just a little bit more. And then comes the rear charge. Oh, going against the heavy goblin crossbows. Now that is a good thing, because over here we have the Aerotherum of Dol Amroth already cutting their way through, only to be joined by the Royal Court of House Thorondor in a deadly pincer attack. And these poor heavy goblin crossbowmen, they didn't stand a chance. Not one chance in whatever. Not like a snowflake in hell. Over here we have Rohan going against Dol Amroth, and it doesn't look like Dol Amroth has much left in the way of infantry. Actually, yeah, Mango Masher has been routed quite effectively by Lucky Hussar and all of his horses, all of his troops, as well as a good unit move of Sidious sending some troops over, helping to add pressure. However, over here it does not look good for Sidious at all. I do not see hardly any. Only the 2nd Legion Axe Guard are fighting, but they're going against the Dragon Slayers of Ered Mithrin, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, folks. Looks like Rune is trying to send troops over, and I'm not sure if Rune has Rune cleaned up. Holy cow, Rune cleaned up. There is not a lot of Umbar forces left, which I'm slightly surprised. So now Rune is completely open and free, and can now Kamul's Chosen are free. They're just cleaning up the last of the dwarves of Khazad-dûm, and there are just a lot of dwarves of Erebor left and a lot of Rune left. We're gonna have to see how that works out. Ooh, the ballista is firing towards the Khazad-dûm. Looks like they're trying to regroup with Rohan and the Orcs in the Misty Mountains over here. We have more rear charging into the archers and Edilon men-at-arms, as well as more horse archers who look like they're out of ammo, charging in, sending men flying. And this is what's going to go on. Riddermark skirmishers just gotta keep charging. That's how you use cav effectively, is charging. And now here we go. We're gonna see these guys are shaken, wavering even, and the Royal Court of House Thorondor runs into the back, routing all of these units. Several hundred of these orcs and goblins are just panicking and now fighting to the death. But here we go. The Sons of Earl are coming in, trying to help rally them, but no, they're just broke. They are broken. They are very much broken. White Uruk, Fearmongers as well are breaking. Wow, that is not good at all. Heavy Goblin Spears are fighting hard, going against the Spearmen. The spearmen definitely have the advantage with their armor. Although I do think that maybe it must have been changed. Oh well. I'm not sure if the heavy goblin spears have. I haven't played them very often. I'm not sure if they still have their AP or not. Please, someone let me know in the comments. Quathlo trackers are firing. Actually, no, they are engaged. It is the sharpshooters that are firing. Yes, definitely. Gatekeepers are alive and well. Black Uruks. Oh, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all for the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. There's just too many troops left. And here comes the charge. Into the rear. They're still fighting. Props for them. Oh, nope, never mind. They're broken. Royal Court of House Durandor is riding around, trying to snipe out the remaining troops. Looks like Rohan is the only one that really has any strength left. And it's definitely looking up to be like a 3v1. And I do not like Rohan's chances. Rohan is trying to get over and help what remains of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, but no, there's actually not that much left. No, I don't see anything. Over here we have a little bit, just maybe just some routing. But yeah, Rune and the Dwarves of Erebor are now advancing over here. Rohan is reforming the line. Reform the line. Reform the line. And it looks like they're going to take them head on. In charge, the Warrior Maidens. Right into the Thieves of Tharbad before they can throw. Saving undoubtedly many lives. But these Thieves of Tharbad are very good in melee. They will not go down all that easy. More cavalry charges and more hammers of Gundabad. They're trying to clean up all of these Etalon halberdiers before they can return to the battle. Some Mountain Uruk hosts have returned 51, but they're going against the Tharbad Warhammers. This is a very difficult fight. These Tharbad Warhammers are essential for Cardolin, and they are a very elite unit. They will definitely not go down without a fight or quietly. As we can see that charge in the rear, felling many of the Warhammers. More warriors, the Khazad-dûm heavy goblins are trying to... Oh, would you look at that? Wanderers of Nimrodel firing. But the Eastmark Horse Archers are there. They're trying to stop them. And we have the Aerotherum trying to assist against these Eastmark Horse Archers. But now the heavy goblin spears are engaged in melee. And the Westmark spearmen are engaging. These Wanderers of Nimrodel should not be able to fire very soon. Although I do think that they are in defense mode, which is a very good option for keeping the fire going, keeping the ranged attacks going. Now over here, it looks like Cardolin is pulling back. Yes, Cardolin is pulling back, and it looks like the rest of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains have been mostly eradicated, and now it's just going to be a desperate last stand for Rohan and the one unit of Orcs of the Misty Mountains and the handful of Dwarves of Khazad-dûm left. Yeah, things are not looking good for the Dwarves and Rohan. They're not looking good at all. The Aerotheum's still alive. Heavy Goblin Spears getting bullied a little bit. But they're actually taking down quite a few. They took down 2, 3, and there goes another one. Poor Aerotheum. Very good units, but they're in the midst of spears, and they don't like that at all. One of them managed to get away, which is good. And now Rohan is definitely... Ooh, some Snaga skirmishers. Did not see those guys before. Now we have. So now, I'm pretty sure I know what Rohan and the Orcs of the Misty Mountains and the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm are planning on doing. They are probably planning on getting rid of... Oops, sorry, wrong way. The little bit of Cardolin that is left before the remains, of the Alliance, Brune and Erebor, arrive. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. they look pretty healthy to me. Unbarred was killed efficiently, I have to say. Prime efficiency. Oh. Oh, man. There goes the hammers of Tharbad, sorry. There they went. None left. Actually. Yes, here's the cavalry wing. Holy cow. Wow, that is definitely a sad sight to see. Oh. Actually, some Untitled trackers still here, and they're still firing. They're up on this ridge. Although, yeah, they are firing over the hill, going after these guys. Not all that effective, to be honest, but they're trying. They're helping out while not revealing themselves too much. Over here we have the Minotaur Roman gatekeepers trying to catch up with the Sons of Earl. If they can do that, they will definitely make short work. But the Sons of Earl are swift, and their steeds mighty, and they get out of there just in time. Over here, the Red Shields of Arkenbrand and Wintermark skirmishers cannot. There they go. They are pulling back and engaging the Untitled trackers, who have now revealed themselves, and a good cavalry charge into the face. You know, it stops them from firing pretty well. Over here, the front line is trying to increase the distance between the remnants of Rune and Erebor, and close the distance between Cardolin, who doesn't have all that much left, ladies and gentlemen. There's some Dunedain captains left, with some sharpshooters, some men-at-arms, and some thieves of Tharbad. That's all he has left, and then they should be able to, then Rohan and everyone else should be able to focus more easily on their foes. But now it looks like, yeah, the Sons of Earl do not want to engage the Royal Court of House Thorondor, because if they do, then they will definitely be too close to the Minotaur Roman gatekeepers. Now, is the general still alive? It would one of them must be, I believe. That's either no, that's the captain. Or is that the general? I don't know. Anyway, it looks like Rohan is, its cavalry wing is definitely crippled. That's where its greatest strength is. We can actually go to times the regular speed for this one. Oh, would you look at that? There is one warlord, one Dragon's Wrath warlord, trying to go and use up the Naga skirmishers' ammo, which is going to be very essential, and just harass them. But will he die here, or will he live for a few more minutes? Is that guy, did that guy die standing up? Looks like he did. Dragon, he's going in for another charge. What a brave soul, going alone against all these goblins. Actually killing a few. I believe that was 3. And then getting out of there. Man, that guy's a legend. He goes in for yet another charge. Small little bit of harassment. But these goblin spears should be able to make short work of him. And he's getting out of there. And he's gone. He is gone. He most likely will cause lots of problems for this guy, for the rest of these guys. But now, yes, over here, Cardolin is trying to make a stand, trying to fight on the bridge, I do believe, and that would negate the numerical advantage of Rohan and the Dwarves of Erebor and everyone else. So by fighting here, Dunedain Rangers still are they still have ammo, and they're shooting at the Sons of Earl. Maybe they'll take some down. Looks like they're all going to get away safely. Eventually the Verkenbrand are only down to 2. Ironfoot Hammerguard, they're arriving on the scene. There are 11 of them, not many, but in this point in time, they're any little bit of cavalry is essential. Actually, it looks like Rune has caught up to some heavy goblin spears who are trying to buy time, but they are routing. These guys are wavering. They won't be able to last much longer. The Sons of Earl trying to help out, but with all these other troops, Camul's Chosen closing in. Yeah, even these heavy goblin spears will break. They are breaking. Yes, very much indeed. It is a precarious situation for the hosts of Rohan and the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. Now it would seem that as the chase continues, as Cardolin runs around this lake, most likely heading up towards that nice little hamlet up on the hill, trying to gain the high ground. Now Rohan might want to stick behind this hill, maybe, not sure. But Cardolin definitely the bridge, but Cardolin definitely escaped. Except for these guys, they're running for their lives. They might come back. There's 83 of them. But Cardolin definitely has reached the safety of the Hilltop Hamlet. Hilltop Hamlet. Yep, that's the word. Yep, and man, oh man, there's a lot of Erebor left on the scene, as well as lots of Rune. Rohan is just trying to get out of there. And yeah, they're just trying to find a spot. Poor pathfinding. For those who do not know, you have to cross a bridge such as this. You must place a unit right here in front of the bridge and then click over the bridge just on the other side for them to cross. Medieval 2 pathfinding, folks, at its finest. But now over here, Rohan is going to make its last stand as Cardolin is now returning from the hillside hamlet and going to wrap around and crush these last remnants of Rune, of the dwarves of Khazad-dûm and of Rohan, who sadly couldn't have made the fight. They couldn't have made it right next to this lone tree on the hilltop. They couldn't have done it. They were just, the speed of the advancing enemy troops were just too fast. And now the final clash begins. Dwarf on dwarf, man on man. It once was man on orc, but 'tis no longer, as I do believe all the orcs have fled. 'Tis only the bravest who fight to the bitter end. Yeah, it's definitely a interesting battle over here, guys. If Rohan did spectacular, gotta give him credit for that. But if Umbar held out for just a little while longer and, just did what he could, or maybe even if he just held back, that would have been an absolute, that could have bought time, so much more time for Rohan and the other guys to eventually clean up Cardolin, who is now coming around for the closing the jaws of death on all of these poor Rohirrim soldiers who are broken. And it's a mass break. Oh my goodness. Only the shield maidens and some of the west... Nope, they're broken. Only the shield... And they're broken. Fighting to the death. Yeah, there's just too many troops. Too many enemies. Yeah, time to get out. Eastmark Spearmen fighting on the hill, but they're wavering, and they broke. And I'm gonna have to call it there. I mean, got a couple hundred more frames left, but I gotta call it there. Yep, there we go. We got some players admitting defeat, and that was quite the battle. It was very well done. We had several really good players. Definitely a lucky Hussar for Rohan did very spectacularly well. And then congrats to the other team of Captain Gervais, the Vengeful One, Mango Masher, and BMK Overlord of the Dark Cloud, who have played very well as well. Highest kill count goes to the Vengeful One with 1,450 kills. Next by Mango Masher with 1,226. And BMK over the Overlord. Actually, sorry, I misspoke. It's Vengeful One, BMK over the Overlord of the Dark Cloud, then Mango Masher. And then it's, on the other team, it's Lucky SR and then Hazrama. So, very well done. We'll just go and take a look at what Captain Gervais said, what his statistics were. Looks like his best unit for the most kills was the Ironfoot Hammer Guard with 220, and then followed by the Axe Guard of Erebor with 128. That sounds about right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody.